Hey everybody, it's Ozzy. I'm from Fort Collins, Colorado, and I want to do a little update about a kayak that I just bought, about the Eagle Talon 12. It's made by Field and Stream. It's sold at Dick's Sporting Goods is where I got mine, and I got it on sale for $449, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I'm a pretty cheap guy. I'm always looking for the best deal on anything, and I just could not see ponying up $1,500, $2,000 on a kayak. Um, and so I thought this really fit the bill really well for me. I haven't had it on water yet, but I mean, just sitting in it, just going over it, I'm thinking it's going to do a lot better than my little 10-foot Pelican I had before. You know, I'm not knocking the Pelican. It's a great little kayak for what it does, but it's just not a really good fishing kayak. It doesn't hold a lot of gear. It's a little tippy, but it was fun. But this, I think, is going to fit the bill a lot better. I'm doing some research on this boat. I find that there's a couple things that people complain about pretty consistently. One is the seat, and two is the rear cargo area. I got a couple fixes for you. Real cheap too, for under 30 bucks. I think this is going to work out pretty well for you. Let me just go over my kayak real quick and show you a couple things that I've done to it, and then I'll get into the details of what I've done to fix those two problems. Going to the kayak, here's the front hatch. I got like a $9 battery box at Walmart. Drilled a little 1/4-inch hole in it for the wires. Sealed it up with silicone. Holds my 8 amp 12 volt battery just fine. One thing I like about the kayak is that they did include a Scotty rod holder in the front. I thought that was a great addition, especially for the money. I did mount my Humminbird 155 right in the front here. All I did was cut a piece of plexiglass, glued it down, and mounted my base plate for the head unit on there. Worked out really good. It's easy reach for me from a sitting position. I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. I got long arms, long legs, and I'm able to reach it just fine in this position. Although I could have put it here, would have been a little easier, but I just wanted a little more room in this area for, you know, kneeling down, standing up, whatever. Just declutter it. I did mount my transducer through the scupper hole right here below my left foot. It's a little 4 or 5 inch piece of 1 inch PVC. Drilled a hole in it so I could route the cable up through the floor. And you'll see down here, sorry it's a little dark, but the transducer is coming out the bottom right here. It doesn't even stick out past the keel. It only sticks down about inch and a half or so. I think it's going to work out real well. It's real solid. The thing's not going anywhere. Next is the seat. Sorry, it's about the light. I just don't have a whole lot of light here in the garage, and the sun is definitely waning. Walmart, $3 piece of stadium foam. It's about 3/4 inch thick, super soft, but it's pretty robust. It and a piece of egg crate foam that I had laying around. Cut it to size, popped it under there. It lifted the seat up another couple inches, and I think it's going to work out really well. Now here's the biggest complaint I see about the seats is you're riding in it and the seat kind of moves around on you, and it won't kind of stay in the right position. What you do, get a couple of zip ties and zip tie the webbing around right where it goes through that eyelet, and that'll keep these straps from loosening up on you. So when you adjust them, they stay and that seat back doesn't move around. It's really awesome. One thing I did to mine is I mounted my Plano 728 right on the back behind the seat, and I did that by drilling a couple holes in the side of my box on each side. And I just ran a 12-inch bungee cord through it. Of course, I had to untie it. Took the hook off, strung it through. Then once I got it through, I tied the hook back on and put it on that hook. And then in this one, I had to go to the store and get a couple more eyelets. The boat only came with two, one in the front position for the seat back, one on each side. Walmart, $4. Got a couple more of these. They even had a little hole here, specially made for it. Worked out perfect. This thing's solid as a rock. You could lift the kayak up with my tackle box now. That thing's not going anywhere. Here's my awesome fix for the rear hatch area. Milk crates don't fit in here, but Walmart, Igloo, marine cooler, 25 quart. It fits in here perfectly. I'm telling you, they couldn't have designed it better. Holds a lot of gear, lunch, your anchor, extra Plano boxes. That thing's gonna hold a lot. And it comes with a little 15-inch measuring ruler on the top. Not that you can really reach it from your seat, but it is there. I got that routed with a piece of paracord. What I did is tied a loop around here, and here's one of the plugs for the mesh net that came with the boat that fits over the rear cargo area. Routed it through the handle, down to the other peg, across to the other peg, through the handle, and then I tied another loop right here, and just another bungee cord. The thing's going nowhere. Another thing I did to mine, I did build some wheels. 1-inch PVC goes right up into the scupper holes. The 1-inch PVC, all the fittings, the wheels, axle, and hardware cost me around $30. I think that's pretty good, and this thing's pretty stout. It doesn't flex around a lot. And what's cool too is you've got 3 sets of scupper holes. 6 scupper holes really. So you got 2 in the back, 2 right beneath the seat, then 2 up here. So depending on how my kayak's loaded, I can move those wheels around and make it a little easier to move around depending on the terrain I'm on and how far I gotta go. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Just wanted to give you those couple of fixes. The tackle box holder idea I thought was pretty good. I was looking for a lot of different ways to mount this, and I think this is by far the easiest, cheapest, and most reliable way. Zip tie on the seat back webbing, just crucial. It helps. It helps that seat immensely, and the Igloo cooler in the back fits perfect. Hope that helps. Again, this is Ozzy. Please feel free to leave any comments, and hope to see you around. Bye bye. Happy fishing.